What's going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be ranking the Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 1 films from the worst to the best, in my opinion, you guys. This is just my opinion. If you guys disagree, feel free to comment in the comment section below and let me know your list for the six Phase 1 films. So let's get into it. So coming in at dead last, you guys, at number 6 is Iron Man 2. Now let me start off by saying that I don't think that this is an awful movie. I do think that this is the worst in Phase 1, and I think this is one of the worst in all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, I could say a couple good things about this film. Robert Downey Jr. is back as Iron Man. Additionally, Don Cheadle takes over the role as Colonel Rhodes, also known as War Machine, in this film. And I actually enjoy seeing Don Cheadle take over for Terrence Howard. I'm not going to lie, I'm one of the rare people that actually like Don Cheadle more as Rhodey than Terrence Howard. It's not that I think Terrence Howard is bad, I just prefer Don Cheadle. The problem that I have with this film, you guys, is that it's a real slow burn. We really only see Iron Man like 2 or 3 times in this film. There's only a couple fight scenes, and this film just feels a little bit like an origin story where instead of seeing more of our hero from the previous film, we see less of him, or not as much as in the first film. So, and then throw into that, you have Whiplash in this film, played by Mickey Rourke, which I don't think he's a terrible actor. I just think he's probably one of the weakest villains inside of this franchise, especially in all of the Iron Man films, 1, 2, and 3. I think he might be the worst villain. So ultimately, guys, this isn't a bad film. It's just one that I would say that is not one of my favorites to rewatch. I do like that there's more Robert Downey Jr., like I said. You have Nick Fury in the film, portrayed by Samuel Jackson. This is the introduction of the Black Widow. There's things I like about this film, you guys, but I think that of the main 6 Phase 1 films, this is just the worst one in my personal opinion. Coming in at number 5, you guys, is The Incredible Hulk. Again, this is probably, this isn't a bad movie. Just the way I rank my list, this one comes in at number 5. Ultimately, like I said, there's good and bad with this film. If you guys, I did a rating on this one. You could go back and check out the videos for each individual film I did. But ultimately with this one doesn't add much to the franchise, you guys. Like I said in my individual ranking for my individual review for The Incredible Hulk, The Incredible Hulk is like the stepchild of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It doesn't even feel like it belongs there, outside of the fact that Tony Stark does make an appearance. Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark makes an appearance in the post-credit scene or mid-credit scene. That's the only thing that kind of connects this to the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Number 1, there's a rights distribution issue. This film does not appear on Disney Plus. So when I rewatched this film, I mean, when I redid my rankings for all of Phase 1, I literally had to remember that The Incredible Hulk was a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe because it's not on Disney Plus. And it's almost like not even advertised as a part of Marvel Cinematic Universe. Throw into that Edward Norton does not ever play the Incredible Hulk again after this film. So we get Mark Ruffalo in the Avengers film, also adding to the fact that it almost doesn't seem like it takes place in the same universe. But based on its own merits, you guys, I have a decent enough time with this. I think it's an improvement on the Hulk film that came out in 2003 before this that has nothing to do with this film. I do like Edward Norton as Bruce Banner. I like what they did with the Hulk. I like how this film was a little bit of an origin story. But Abomination to me just is not the greatest villain. I think he doesn't work for me as a villain that much. And there's really not much that happens in this film, you guys. Bruce Banner becomes the Hulk, tries to replicate the super soldier formula, goes on the run from the military, ends up getting to a fight with Emil Blonsky, a.k.a. the Abomination, and that's basically what happens. So that's why it ends up at number 5 on my list, you guys. Coming in at number 4, you guys, is going to be Thor, released in 2011. And just as a sidebar, you guys, from this point on, all of these films I consider to be really good and above. with my two previous ones. They're enjoyable, they're watchable. I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but going forward, these are very good and above. So Thor, released in 2011. There's a lot of good I can say about this film. Chris Hemsworth as Thor. Tom Hiddleston as Loki. This film is so Shakespearean. It's so grand. There's so many beautiful colors. We get to see so many vibrant realms and different types of lands and all of this, and this is one of the best. I said this in my individual review for Thor. This is one of the best shot films in Phase 1 and in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a whole. Just when we're seeing Asgard and the Bifrost Bridge and Jotunheim and some of these other realms. And I think the only thing, you guys, that holds this film back from going up a little bit higher, you guys, is once Thor is kicked out of Asgard by Odin and they go to Earth, it gets a little boring at times. That's my only nitpick about this film. It starts on Asgard. We meet Odin and all of Thor's friends and family, and we see all these vast lands, and then we get to Earth, and sometimes it just feels like it's a slow burn in the middle of the film until, the final, the climax of the film, the third act of the film. But this film is enjoyable. I definitely love this film, and I think it's a solid film on this list. Coming in at number 3, you guys, is Captain America, the First Avenger. This movie is nearly flawless in my personal opinion. I have such a good time with Chris Evans as Captain America, Sebastian Stan as Bucky, the Red Skull, Agent Carter, Colonel Phillips. I enjoy this film, you guys. There's so much. I love that this film took us back to the 1940s, World War II, and we got to see the world from that perspective and that time. It's a little campy, a little hokey, but honestly, you guys, I have fun with this film. My only nitpicks with this film, like I said in my Captain America review, was that sometimes I feel like Hugo Weaving's performance as the Red Skull is just a little bit off for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. There's something off-putting about it at times. I think he's a wonderful actor. I've enjoyed him in many other films. And just the fact that they quickly montage through World War II, I feel like if they had kind of just shown us more of like maybe one big battle of World War II, I would have liked to see them like incorporate what this film does. It feels like Captain America in World War II during this time period, and we know that he has to get to the Avengers and get to the future at some point. I would have loved to just see him fully immersed in World War II, fully immerse us in World War II, which they did, and give us like a battle, like throw Captain America into historical accuracy is what I'm basically saying. Like, obviously Captain America's not real, but to see him in a historical battle, I feel like that would have made it a little bit better. And a little bit of the Red Skull's plans just seem a little campy, like, him trying to be a god. It's just, but other than that, this film is awesome, you guys. Like I said, in my individual ranking, I gave it an awesome, which is like a 90, like an A in my personal opinion. So you guys, coming in at number 3 is Captain America. And coming in at number 2, you guys, is going to be Iron Man, released in 2008. I've said it before, you guys. This is the film that started the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is the film that gave us everything that we never knew we wanted in terms of big superhero cinematic universes. I enjoy this film. Robert Downey Jr. I don't think there's anybody that could take his place as Iron Man. I love that they threw Rhodey in this film. I love that. I know a lot of people don't like Jeff Bridges as Obadiah Stane. I actually have a good time with him. The only thing I ding this movie for and why it doesn't come in at number 1 is that the Obadiah's motivations he's one of the more forgettable villains in Phase 1 and in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. I like Jeff Bridges when he's playing Obadiah Stane, but once he becomes the Ironmonger, it just kind of gets lost a little bit, you guys. But ultimately, this is a really fun film. The cast is awesome. Jon Favreau did an excellent job directing this film. I love the cinematography. I loved it. The Air Force, go Air Force, by the way, Air Force veteran. I love that the Air Force has a presence in this film, and I just like that it's set in California. It just feels so refreshing. It's so refreshing, you guys, to go back and rewatch this film that started the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe after you've seen 20 plus films in the MCU. So you guys, coming in at number 2 is Iron Man. Coming in at number 1, you guys, there should be no drum rolls. There should be no surprise, you guys. Coming at number 1 is going to be The Avengers. What else was going to take number 1 on this list, you guys? This film is awesome. Every film that I talked about previously in this video, I talked about the good, I talked about the bad. With this film, you guys, there is nothing about this film that I can say is bad. I am not a critic. I'm sure I could nitpick here and there and whatever, but you guys, there's nothing bad. There's nothing bad about this film in my opinion. I enjoy this film. Just bringing together all of the Avengers characters from previous films and then putting them together in this film to take out Loki, to save the entire world, to save Manhattan. You have the final climactic battle in New York City. You have the Avengers assembling. You have the score by Alan Silvestri, the wonderful direction by Joss Whedon, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Mark Ruffalo, Jeremy Renner. I could talk about each and every one of them individually, you guys, and Chris Hemsworth. I could talk about all of them, you guys, but this film is awesome. Every single Avenger gets a moment to shine in this film. At some point when they get to that final battle, everybody is able to do something, to have a screen presence. The Hulk, Iron Man, Thor. I just have a good time with this film, you guys. This is one of the best movie theater experiences for me. I remember seeing this film in 2012. I had just got out of basic training and was going to tech school in Fort Lee, Virginia. And I remember we saw this film. We got there an hour and a half early. And the line was, we were like the first people in line. There was a line like 10 minutes after we got there. So you guys, this film is awesome. I enjoy this film, and that's why The Avengers comes in at number 1 on my list, you guys. And that was my list, you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my list. What do you guys think? Did I hit it on the head? Did I get anything wrong? Do you think Avengers is the best film in Phase 1 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or do you disagree? Is your list completely different from mine? Comment below in the comment section below, you guys, and let me know your ranking for the Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 1 films from the worst to the best in your opinion. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys disagree with me? Coming next week, you guys, on Monday, we are going to continue Marvel Movie Mondays, and we will be talking next Monday. We'll be talking about Iron Man 3, which starts Phase 2 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So just like with this video, once I'm done ranking the Phase 2 films individually every Monday as a part of Marvel Movie Monday, we will eventually get to a video where we'll rank them from the worst to the best, in my opinion, just like we did here today. Also, you guys, I'm still working on my Wonder Woman 1984 spoiler review. I'm just trying to get my brother together with me for that video and have some other commentary, not just me. I've been working on trying to get special guests on my show, just people in my family. Obviously, I don't know any actors or anybody big, but I'm just trying to have fun with this, you guys. I'm trying to make this more fun. I'm trying to put out the best content that I can, so look forward to that. We will be continuing Friday the 13th Fridays this Friday, you guys, with Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm basically, you guys, I'm just going to continue to cover as much content as I can. I hope you guys continue to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And please, you guys, feel free to reach out to me on my channel. You can see links to my my Facebook and my Instagram. Reach out to me, you guys. I look forward to doing more things on my channel, and I hope you guys just enjoy the content that I've been putting out. And we will continue, you guys, like I said, next Monday with Iron Man 3, and we'll continue this Friday with Friday 13th Fridays with Friday 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. So you guys, stay safe out there. I hope you guys continue to enjoy this week, and I'll see you guys in the next video.